Airtable demo, Airtable Project Management. Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll show you guys how to get started with Airtable, and I'll show you guys all the basics that you need to know. So let's get started. Now, there are templates that you can use on Airtable, but sometimes for most people, they can be a bit overwhelming. So I'm going to show you guys how you can get started from scratch and build your amazing Airtable project management. So to get started, I'm going to create a new base over here, and I'm going to click on create from start, and I'm going to create in the launch workspace. So we're going to start from scratch over here. Now on the top left, you will have your base information. So this is going to be about what exactly you're looking to do in this project. So this might be our product launch project, like this. And then you can assign a particular color. So you can, choose whichever color you want. And then you have an icon as well. So you guys can choose the particular icon that you want to be using. And then after that, you have your first table that is automatically created. So in your first table, you're going to click on rename table, and you can add the particular type of tasks you want to create in this table. So let's say for this particular table, I am looking to create my basic tasks, or let's say this is going to be marketing, and then this can be my first marketing board. Now in this, we have names, notes, assignees, and status. Now I don't necessarily require notes, so I can click on the arrow over here and click on delete field, and then you can click on the plus icon over here to add your own field. So let's say to add my own field, I might want to add subtasks. So I'll just search for subtask or tasks. So we have long text field, formula fields, auto number, barcodes, single select, multiple select, and then in the multiple select option, I'm going to add subtasks, or maybe in the multiple select option, I want to add relevant information such as who else is affiliated with the task. Now I'm gonna keep maybe like a single line task, and this might just be a revenue, like this. Now over here on the first section, I'm going to click on our first field, and I'm going to edit this field, and I'm going to rename this as tasks. Now in our marketing section, let's say our first task is to find marketing agencies, get ideas, draw a contract like this, and then let's say we also have let's say our final task is maybe to finalize concept, like this. And then you can assign a particular person to each task. So let's say I'll just assign myself over here, and then you can add the status. Now there are 3 default options added in status, and you can add your own options by clicking on the top over here. Click on edit field and add your own option. So let's say we have a option called stuck, adding our new option over here. And let's say for us this is to do. Let's say this is in progress over here. Now after that, you can add more info about your tasks. Let's say you have attachments you want to add, so this might be files, and people can add the files. Let's say we have some potential revenue. I don't require revenue, so I'm going to delete that because it doesn't fit in with the rest of my info. And then after that, you have email or phone numbers. Let's say I want to add emails, which is focal person's mail, like this. And then you can add more fields as you go. Now I want to add a due date, so I'll just scroll down to the bottom and add date over here and add due date like this. And let's say I have a due date for each task, so I can enter those over here. So let's say it's going to be December 28th, like this. Now this is just one view, and you guys can also customize, a lot of the visual elements. This is the basic grid view. Now if I want to see all of my tasks on maybe a different view, I can click on the left panel over here, and you have different options such as a list view like this, and you can click on over here, and this might be listicle like this, and you can choose to make it a personal view as well. I just misspelled that, so I'm just gonna rename it listicle view. And then this will show you everything in the form of a list without showing excess information. Then you can also do Kanban views, which are super helpful in grouping your tasks or your information in different formats. So you can click on Kanban, and this is, let's say I want this to be tasks based on status, like this, and I can click on create new view, and now this will automatically ask you how you want to group your tasks. So for us, I want to group them based on statuses. Now you can create multiple different Kanban views, so I can group them based on the person. So person tasks, like this, and then I'm going to group them by assignees, so each person that is assigned to a certain thing will be shown. Now, within your base in Airtable, this is just one board that we have created. You can click on over here and add a new table. So you're going to click on create a blank table. Now, this is going to be present within your workspace in Airtable, but it's going to be a separate table that you can enter new data in. So let's say this is for marketing. Let's say this next section is going to be related to something else. So I can click on my table 2 and rename this. And let's say the second table for us is going to be related to maybe new t-shirt design, like this. Now after that, I can start building my own individualized views. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename the first section, which might be ideas over here, like this, and then we have notes, assignees, status, or I don't require statuses in this. And then let's say the second section I want to do is maybe I want to create a Kanban view, and first I'll build a status section. So I'm gonna delete the Kanban view. I think I'm gonna create a status which might be approved or unapproved instead of having, statuses in a different fashion. So we're going to add rating formulas, currencies, roll-ups. You have created barcodes and so much more. So we're going to choose a single select option, and this is going to be called status, like this. Single select, and it's called status, and we're going to have color coded options. And our first option is going to be miscellaneous, and then our second option will be approved ideas, and this will be rejected ideas. And then on the left over here, you can choose a particular color to make sure it's easier for you to identify. So let's say for miscellaneous, I want to add just idea, or just idea, like this. And then you can choose a default option. The default would directly be idea, and I can click on create new field. Now let's say I add, a bunch of different options, like this, like this. So we have a default status that is being added automatically. Now I can choose the particular status that they are in, and then I can click on Kanban views and create a new view. And I can segregate them based on status, and these would be our uncategorized ideas. And I'm just going to collapse this section. And then you have your next section, which is your ideas section, approved ideas, rejected ideas. So you can also move one item to the next section just like that to make it easier for you to manage. Now, other than that, you have a lot more that you can do with Airtable. You can always go into the extension section on the right to add an extension to further help you build your space as you like it. And then on the top, you have automations that you can create, as well as multiple different interfaces. So you can drag and drop your data into action and build a summary in your interface, which can be helpful in building a simple end-to-end workflow. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.